Nothing works in this house.
Tell me about it.
Is that a shot at me?
Probably.
Because for your information, I got a job.
Really? What kind of job?
Beads.
Bees?
Beads.
Beads? Return from whence you came. So we might as well have a good time. Toga, 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 toga.
It's Hard-Headed Sports with Spinny and Fetty Bus. Famous for their podcasts, you can now catch them right here on The Al Travis Show.
And we've got him, Fetty Bus with us today. Fetty, how you doing, my friend?
Only all right, I would say, after that pretty boring Super Bowl.
Oh, well, we'll talk about that in a second. You sent me a video of the Detroit and Hornets fight. How cool was that?
That was wild. It's been a while since I've seen a crazy NBA fight. It lasted a lot longer than I thought it would.
The video set was 2.5 minutes long. I mean, that's a lot of fighting.
Yeah, there was a little skirmish in the corner of the court, and then after they got separated, they kind of went after it again after they were getting pushed back to their bench, and players were leaving the bench to fight. It's automatic ejection just to leave the bench. So it was one of the most wild fights in recent memory.
It will be absolutely fun to see what happens there. The guy off the bench, I think, has to be suspended for a while, right? You can't come off the bench. I don't know what happens there.
Well, that's Isaiah Stewart, too. He's already been suspended many times for fighting, so.
Yeah, not doing himself any favors. Let me ask you this, though. Did you catch it? I would not say it's a problem if you did not, but Naz Reid and Muhammad Gai, I believe is how they pronounce it, they got an altercation and a fight last night, got tossed.
Yeah, I saw that, too. People are a little feisty here going into this All-Star break this weekend.
I just don't see Naz being that guy, but there he was doing it. Now, just because people are going to get mad at us, I believe Fetty and I are both against fighting in basketball. We just like seeing it once in a while.
Well, remember last year, Nas got in that. Nas and
that's right.
DiVincenzo got in that fight with the Pistons, too. The Pistons are a very, very physical team, and they kind of get under your skin sometimes.
Oh, absolutely. All right, we'll get into the basketball here in a second, but the real story was the Super Bowl. You didn't like it, see, because I think you and Spin are the same way. You want every rule to go to the offense, so the offense can score a ton, and that makes it happy and good for you. This was a defensive brawl, and I didn't think the Pats or the Seahawks had as good a defense as they had.
No, I think Spinny actually really likes the defensive games, honestly, so I'm sure he was probably fine with it. It was just more like field goal, punt, field goal, punt. It's just like, can we get some first downs at least, like something?
I think they had 4 first downs. I think is all that they had for the Patriots in the first half. I mean, that's horrid.
Yeah.
I don't disagree. I actually set out when it was like 12-0 to my friends. I said, "Can you get the MVP to the kicker?" I mean, he scored 15 points.
That's what I was saying too.
So
that was a Super Bowl record too, even.
Yeah, absolutely, and nothing against the guy who got the MVP, the running back, 135 yards. He was fun to watch, quite frankly, but he didn't even score a touchdown. In my opinion, the kicker who scored more points than the Patriots themselves, I think he should have got it. Tell me I'm wrong.
Yeah, he was, I believe, the 5th or 6th Super Bowl MVP to have no touchdowns. So
yeah, it doesn't happen often. I mean, we're in the 60th year of this thing.
It just seemed like any time they needed something, he made the play.
Yeah,
like he was like the only one making the plays. There's been a number of Super Bowl MVPs that only have the one touchdown too. So a lot of people thought Sam Darnold would maybe win, but he just wasn't good enough, I would say. And
no, he wasn't. Nothing. And again, big Sam guy, but no, he didn't even score. I mean, he had 1 touchdown pass. But even that, the defense set him up on, the 20-yard line or something like that. No, he didn't have Super Bowl MVP. Could you give it to the defense, though? When I talk to my friends, what is the one thing that was different? Seattle's defense owned the game. They should have got it.
Yeah, it's just tough because obviously you just can't give it out to the entire defense of 11 guys. I wish there was maybe one defensive player that kind of stood out a little more than the rest so that one of them could be represented with the award, but if you could give the entire defense the award, you definitely would in this game.
Yeah. Let me ask you about Sam Darnold, though. Did he get the monkey off his back? He got the Super Bowl ring. He did not have one interception or fumble in the playoffs. He only had a QB rating of 53. I mean, it wasn't great. Is he finally that quarterback? And that's what I'm hoping for when he went through this whole thing. He won, but it really wasn't a glamorous win for him.
Yeah, you need pieces around him, right? He's proven to be a winner when you have the right pieces around him. You need a decent enough line, a good run game, good defense. He's a good enough game management quarterback.
Yeah,
and that's been proven in back-to-back seasons there to, get 28 wins in regular season over the 2 years. And now from that stacked draft class with Lamar, Baker, and Josh Allen, is the first one to get a ring, which is crazy to think about.
Yeah, and then you look at this now, too. Is Seattle not the team? I know they're the Super Bowl champions, but you look at what we saw on Sunday. That team with a few more bits on the front line that give Darnold some time, they could be something to contend with for 2, 3, 4 years down the road.
Oh, yeah, for sure. I think Kenneth Walker is due an extension this summer, I believe.
Okay.
So that'll be something to monitor, but as long as you keep some sort of good running back in, if you lose Kenneth Walker, you got to go sign a new one. I think they'll be fine. Yeah, their defense is just loaded with young guys.
Yeah. Now, most of us at our age group, we watch the Super Bowl for the commercials. Did you find any commercial you thought was worthy of the Super Bowl placement?
See, I was talking about this with somebody. I feel like just my mood from the game kind of made it feel like when I was going into the commercials that everything just wasn't that good either.
Dr. Phil and yourself. I like that.
I just feel like it just made my mood going worse into the commercials because right now I can't think of a single one that stood out to me.
Yeah.
Honestly.
See, that's exactly right. I don't think anything stood head and shoulders above that. Everybody goes, that was the greatest commercial. Now, you're a young man. You're probably into the rap music. Did you do the Super Bowl halftime, or did you switch to the Puppy Bowl, or did you go all the way up the channel to find the, I don't know, like 143, that Turning Point USA halftime?
No, I watched the Bad Bunny one. I did have the Puppy Bowl on TV too, though.
Oh, you did?
that was
it's
playing.
So adorable.
I just love seeing the dogs there. Some of them are just hilarious with their cuts.
Yeah.
There was a couple dogs that have hair all over their eyes. I was like, how can they can't even see? Like, what?
I turned on the other one only because I don't speak Spanish, so I had no idea what in the world he was saying. And I'm not a rap guy. I don't know if I'm really a country music guy, but at least I knew what they were saying. It was like, I tuned past the Puppy Bowl.
Yeah, it was obviously tough not knowing what he was saying, but I would just say from the performance aspect, it was very well done. He told a story the whole time he was singing. There's a bunch of different scenes, and there was a legit marriage during the thing. I didn't know if it was just a prop and part of the act or not, but then afterwards it was being reported they actually got married on stage, so that was kind of cool too.
Is it wrong of me to care more about? I would have really loved to see how they set all that up and tear it all down in 30 minutes.
Oh, you didn't see the video of the bushes going in and out of the stadium?
What? Coming in and out of the stadium? No, that was my point. Is I would absolutely love to see how they set all that up in minutes time.
The video is hilarious because each of those bushes was a person.
Get out.
Oh no, I'm serious. Look it up.
Okay.
Each one they were wearing a bush costume, so they just ran in with the bush and then just crouched stood there or whatever.
See, that's like in third grade when you had to be something in the play and they made you the tree or the rock. Wow, really? I didn't know that. Okay, fair enough. I'll have to check that out. I did not see it.
It's so funny. You just see hundreds of bushes running onto the midfield. It's hilarious.
I did not see that. The money they put into that too, because you got to make all this costume. We got to go to break. When we come back, I'm going to find out if these young kids like Bus are into the Olympics or not, because he wasn't around for the miracle of 1980s. We'll talk about it after this.
When the stakes are high at the Minnesota Capitol, you need more than a lobbyist. You need a partner. At Momentum Advocacy, we bring nearly 90 years of combined experience in government relations, public affairs, and strategic communications. From nonprofits to national corporations, we help organizations navigate Minnesota's political landscape with integrity, insight, and results. Whether you need legislative champions or headlines, Momentum Advocacy delivers. For more, visit momentum-advocacy.com. Momentum Advocacy, your friends at the Capitol.
Think about it. A famous politician once said, "You're entitled to your opinion, but you are not entitled to your own facts." But in a world full of AI and fake news, where can Minnesotans find the facts? Center of the American Experiment is Minnesota's go-to source for fact-based analysis and common sense solutions for taxes, energy, public safety, and our kids' education. Visit AmericanExperiment.org for more information. Think About It is brought to you by Center of the American Experiment, Minnesota's think tank.
The Al Travis Show, the last place you can go and hear all sides. Respectful, thoughtful, and grateful.
And we're grateful to have him. He's Fetty Buzz with us. Fetty, you an Olympian? You like the Olympics? Winter Olympics, summer? What are you at on that?
I definitely love the Summer Olympics. I'm not as into the Winter Olympics just because I just simply not as into those types of sports. But I do tune into the Winter Olympics here and there too.
All right, fair enough. I want to ask you about this because they do it for both. America, United States, is in 7th place in the medal counts.
Yeah, I saw that. It's not doing too hot.
Well, this is what I'd like to contend to people because I think the medal count is a farce. Italy, the home country, is in the lead with 10. They have two gold, 2 silver, and 6 bronze. The reason they're ahead in the count is because they're graded 3rd place. Is that what the Olympics is about? Being the best 3rd place team? I don't think so. I think should not the medal count be completely how many golds you get?
They do talk about who has the most medals, but they do also always list who has the most golds. It's typically the 2 countries they'll shout out.
Yeah, well, I think
Norway has 4. They're second in total medals and first in gold.
But why we even keep track of 2nd and 3rd? You're not getting out of Wheaties box. It's a breakfast of champions, not 3rd place.
Yeah, I guess I understand that, but you're still like top 3 in the entire world. You know, still.
And
third
if that's
in the
what you
whole
were,
world.
so that's what you were shooting for. Rand did 4 years of stuff, so you can come in 3rd.
No, but come on, you gotta. If you get,
I'm not. Come on,
that's just like the biggest honor, so you can stand on.
And yeah, you can have the medal. Give them the medal. I got no problem with that. But then don't count it in the medal round. Or you give points for gold, like 3 points for gold, 2 for bronze. You know, and then all of a sudden we'll see who's really winning, right?
Yeah, they should actually do that. I like that idea. 3, 2, 1.
Yeah, see there, all of a sudden you think I'm not an idiot. Your thoughts with Lindsey Vonn. She was going to be the story of the Olympics, right? Come back ACL. This is funny. You get Ant, and I like Ant. This isn't ripping it, but Ant has to sit out a couple games because his foot hurts. Lindsey Vonn blows an ACL, and she's going to go down the giant slalom a week later. Woman is all that.
That's actually insane. I don't know how or why she even decided to keep doing that. You're going down the hill going 70 to 80 miles an hour with a torn ACL. I don't know. That is crazy. Unfortunately, she obviously crashed and ended up breaking her leg. So feel bad for her, pray for a speedy recovery, but that's probably the last time we'll ever see her.
Yeah, 41, I can imagine rehabbing, then going back at it again and trying for 4 years from now. Is there a sport you really do care about in the Winter Olympics? Will you be a curler? I bet you like curling. Curling's fun to watch on TV.
Curling's not bad to watch, honestly.
Yeah, that's where I'm at.
Obviously, it's nice to tune in to hockey since NHL guys are allowed to participate, so that's always fun to watch. And women's hockey faces Canada today, so that's a big one.
Yeah, going to be a big day. I love having it on in the background in my office all day long. All right, let's talk your Minnesota Timberwolves real quick. They're doing exactly what just drives me crazy. They come out and they lose, big time to the Clippers. Like they didn't even show up, but then the next day back to back, and all of a sudden they're that team. And what do you know? They score 138, 116. We mentioned Nas got in a fight. It is just crazy to me what team shows up. In this win, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 guys in double figures.
Yeah, even though actually they're about the same record, the Clippers definitely have a much better defense than the Hawks. Hawks are definitely known for their high offensive scoring games. I was at the Clippers game on Sunday. The vibes were terrible in the arena. The fans were there's just no energy because the Wolves just gave us nothing to cheer for. It was
see, the announcers were interesting on that. Everybody's going to probably here just thinking about the Super Bowl. No, you took time off to get there before your Super Bowl party to watch this team, and they didn't show up.
Right, and it was pretty packed in there. I was surprised at how many people showed up. I thought there would not be that big of a crowd because of the Super Bowl, but it was still pretty packed in there. We wanted to cheer.
Yep.
Fans were getting pretty angry with it, and basically the only moment that got fans out of their seat was that Anthony Edwards dunk. That was about it.
A little earlier, 2 games before, it was Rudy coming out and saying that this team sometimes just doesn't try hard. And he said, coach should said, even himself, if I'm not trying hard, sit me. And the coach took offense to that. Would you like it as a coach, and you are a coach, if your players are calling each other out publicly like that?
No, see, that's why Finch got upset. He's like, that should be more of a locker room talk. And typically I agree with that. But it's like, at the same time, I feel like that's what they've been doing, you would imagine, right? Like, obviously, we're not in the locker room, but they're grown men. They're professionals. They're back-to-back conference, Western Conference appearance teams. You would assume they're getting after each other in the locker room. So sometimes you just got to take that next step. I personally had no issue with Rudy doing that.
All right, that's fair enough. Now we've been in this stretch of playing below 500 ball teams. We're playing Portland here in a couple of days. They're under 500 as well. But in that stretch, we're about 5-5. Is this that thing where we should have been going the other direction and this team lets off, or do you think there's an issue somewhere? And what do you think of that Avayo guy?
Yeah, I think they're just kind of letting their foot off the gas. I feel like we're a team that desperately needs this All-Star break this weekend, just kind of reset everything going forward. So hopefully we get a nice win against the Trailblazers, because then we have Mavs, Sixers, Blazers, Clippers to finish out the month of February. I mean, those could be all wins. So hopefully we get back on the right track. And Ayo Dosunmu, I love that guy. That was such a great pickup for us. That basically just 4 seconds. I mean, we weren't playing Rob or Leonard Miller anyways. So.
Oh, yeah. To get rid of him was nothing. And he scored 2 doubles already, had 21 points here in this last game. I'm liking this guy. I like the way he comes out and wants to play some defense. Sir, I got to fly. How does somebody get hard-headed sports if they want to pick up your podcast?
Yeah, it's completely free on YouTube, Spotify, and Apple Podcasts.
All right. Appreciate you, my friend. We'll get you back in here on Tuesday, right? Or Thursday. What day is it? All right. We've got him. Fetty Bus on the Al Travis Show.
If it's your turn to host a game, Grandpa's Barbecue suggests you try